All right. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Staff Sergeant Terrence Washington. I am 30 years old, and I am a DC Army National Guard recruiter.
And what was your MOS when you joined?
My MOS when I first joined back in 2006 was a wheel mechanic, which is the 91 Bravo. I've changed my MOS over the current years till now to 31 Bravo, which is military police, 31 Echo, military corrections, and now a recruiter, which is 72 Tango.
And how long have you been a recruiter?
How long have I been a recruiter? I've been a recruiter for 10 years.
What's the best thing about being a recruiter?
The best thing about being a recruiter, that's a very good question, is that I get to help people reach their goals.
And who can join the National Guard?
Join the National Guard, anyone that's between the age of 17 and upon their 35th birthday. Now that includes local nationals, not local nationals, but permanent residents, anyone that holds an I-55 card, I-551 card, and citizens.
And what makes the Guard unique?
What makes the Guard unique? The Guard is very unique. We are a component all on our own. We serve not only just the federal sector, which is the whole entire United States, we serve our community as well, working with government officials, which could include law enforcement, medical staff, and if you're in DC, you get to serve the city, the greatest capital in the world.
And what's made your Guard experience so unique?
It's made my Guard very, very unique. I've been able to do a partnership with Jamaica, which is called a state partnership. Every single Guard state has one with different countries around the world. Learning about different kind of battle tactics and cultural exchanges. I've been able to, and still currently doing, honor guard, and especially in DC, I've been able to do different presentations with the White House, the NBA games, the Wizards, the Redskin games, and congressional balls. Also, I am a part of RSP, so I get to teach soldiers.
So can I join the Guard if I have tattoos?
Can you join the Guard if you have tattoos? That's a very, very popular question. You can join as long as you don't have excessive sexual extremist tattoos. Not on your hands, face, or neck. But it's case by case if you are on your neck or your hands. And if you score high enough on the ASVAB, you might be privileged to exception to policy.
And what if you're out of shape and want to join?
If you're out of shape and you want to join, you can get with your local recruiter at the recruiter station. They might have some resources that'll be able to help you out. They might have some workout plans for you that can get you in shape. But I know it starts first with nutrition, so they're going to talk a lot about that too to help you out.
So I'm still in high school. Do I have to wait until I graduate to join?
Do you have to wait till you graduate? No, nobody has to wait. If you are a junior and you are 17 years old, during the summertime of your junior year between your senior year, you will go to basic training. After you come back from basic training to start your senior year and go back to school, you'll be attending drills. And when you finish your senior year, you'll go to your military school to complete your actual complete training. And then you'll be in your unit full-time after that training is completed.
And so what if I'm in college or I plan to be?
If you're in college, you can do the same option which the high schoolers can do, which is called a split option. Or you can take a semester out of school to actually complete the basic training and the advanced individual training so that you can start utilizing your educational benefits.
And so what's drill?
Drill is where you'll be in your unit learning about different battle drills, helping out in your community, making sure that your unit is at 100% readiness, just in case you have a national disaster or your state calls you up for whatever reason.
And so what's the recruitment process like? What can I expect when I step into your office?
When you come and step in my office, it's a carefree work environment, so I'm not going to pressure you to do anything. I just want to give you pretty much the education about the National Guard. And after that, if you make a decision that you want to join, then we can go further into detail about that.
So what's the number one question a recruit should ask you?
The number one question, do you have study material? A lot of people find it challenging to take the ASVAB, but there's ways of jogging your memory because it is a ninth grade test. We can help you jog your memory to get you to the score that you need to get to.
So I'm signing up to join the Guard. What happens next?
You're signing up to join the Guard. You'll complete a packet with your local recruiter. This packet is for just in case your job allows you to have a clearance. We'll be able to help you get that because of that packet. You will take the ASVAB, study. On that ASVAB, you want to score a 31 or higher on your AFQT. The AFQT is one part of the ASVAB. The other part of the ASVAB is for your line scores for different jobs. So you want to study so you can pass to get in, and study so you can get jobs. After that, you will...
So what happens if I don't perform as well as I need to on the ASVAB?
Oh, okay. If you can't perform as well as you need to on the ASVAB, if you get below a 31, you sit down with your recruiter and they'll assess what you got on that test. You will basically have 30 days to study again or until you feel comfortable, but you cannot take the test until 30 days has went past.
And so what's basic combat training?
Basic combat training is the greatest thing in the world. Basic combat training is where you go to meet up with your drill sergeants. They're going to basically give you training on teamwork, camaraderie with your other soldiers, drilling ceremony, weapons training, obstacle course, leaderships. They're going to learn about the different kind of Army values to help you be pretty much a well-rounded individual and soldier.
How can I get in shape and prepare for basic training?
That's a good question. Well, it starts at home, so you got to start eating right. You got to start drinking lots of water. We always stress drink water in the military. If your local recruiter, has some resources to be able to help you lose weight, ask him that question. That's one of the questions that you want to ask him when you do sit down in front of him. Here in DC, we're able to do that. So you can lose the weight, study, and lose while you're losing weight.
And what about advanced individual training? What's that?
Advanced individual training is basically the military college. I like to call it a military college. You get to learn about your job, almost like an apprenticeship. So you'll be hands-on and schoolwork, hands-on schoolwork the whole entire time. Now, you'll also be doing physical training in the morning and at night, depending on how you perform throughout the day.
And what if I want a certain MOS or a certain job?
Well, you'll get that MOS or job, whatever that AIT is. You would have to score for that when you're doing the ASVAB. So again, the 31 is the AFQT for it to get you in, and the ASVAB part that actually gives you your job is the line scores. You score high enough so that you can get the job that you want. Different jobs require different commitment times. So you will go away for, depending on that job, anywhere from 6 weeks to all the way up to a year, depending on the job.
And will I be deployed?
Will you be deployed? Well, it's an honor to be able to serve your country to that esteem. The military trains all their soldiers, whether National Guard, Reserve, and active, to that same level when it comes to deployments. You will be able to make sure that your battle buddies are safe and that you are safe too, so that you can make it home.
And so what would you say to people thinking about talking to a recruiter?
First thing I would say about talking to a recruiter is that know why you're going to see that recruiter, first of all. Second of all, have goals so that you can talk about those goals with your recruiter, because that recruiter, he's going to listen to you. He's going to want to know what your values are so that he can attach a benefit to it, because the military has a lot of different benefits.
And what can you tell me about your airborne patch?
My airborne patch. I was actually attached to the Special Forces Joint Command. So they were in Afghanistan when I went on my deployment. So I worked with them and I was able to obtain this beautiful patch that I have on my side.
And so for those just joining, we're going to run through the questions one more time. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
Again, my name is Staff Sergeant Terrence Washington. I am 30 years old and I am with the DC Army National Guard in recruiting.
And what was your MOS when you joined?
My MOS when I joined was back in 2006. I was a wheel mechanic, which is known as a 91 Bravo. I switched over time I did switch. So it was 31 Bravo, which I went into next, which is the military police, 31 Echo, military corrections, and what I am now is a recruiter, 79 Tango.
And so who can join the National Guard?
Who can join the National Guard? Anyone from the ages of 17 to 35 upon their 35th birthday. Anybody that holds a I-551 card, permanent residents, and citizens.
What about the education requirements for the Guard?
The education requirements, you are required to either have your GED or your bachelor's, master's, all the way up. So you got to make sure you get your GED, your high school diploma, and up.
And so what makes the Guard unique?
Makes the Guard unique? Well, you'll be able to work in your community, you'll be able to serve your country, and you'll be able to have a civilian life as well.
And what's made your Guard experience unique?
What's made my Guard experience unique? Well, I've been able to work with other countries, one being Jamaica in a state partnership, being able to train and do cultural exchanges with other countries like Jamaica. I'm also a part of the Honor Guard, DC National Guard Honor Guard team, where we do different events with the Wizards games, the Mystics games, the Redskins, congressional balls, different performances in front of the White House. Anyone that needs us to present the colors.
So can I join the Guard if I have tattoos?
You can. It's a very good question. A lot of people come in with tattoos. As long as your tattoos are not excessive on your hands, your hands, your neck, and your face, and they're not racial, sexist, or extremist, then you will be able to join the military. Now, if you have a tattoo on your hand or your neck, and it's not excessive, one of those categories that we talked about, and you score high enough on the ASVAB that you can use, you might be able to get exception to policy.
So what if you're out of shape but you really want to join?
If you're out of shape and you really want to join, it starts at home. Start eating right. You can talk with your local recruiter, and they might have some resources to be able to help you out with that weight loss.
So I'm still in high school. Do I have to wait until I graduate to join?
No, you don't. If you're in high school, you're in your junior year, and you are 17, you be able to do a split option. So talk about that with your local recruiter. A split option is where you do basic training during your junior year and between your senior year during that summertime. You go to basic training, and then you'll come back to your actual school, and plus you'll have all that money. Don't forget about the money. And then after you finish your high school diploma, get your high school diploma, you'll go back to your AIT, Advanced Individual Training, to complete that your school. And then after that, you'll come back to your unit.
So what if I'm in college or I plan to be? How does that affect me going to college?
If you are in college or you plan to be in college, well, if you are in college, you can do a split option just like the high schooler did. Now, if you are planning to go to college, then your recruiter, you sit down with your recruiter and they will plan out some options for you, like basically doing your basic training and your AIT together, and taking probably a semester off, or going through your summertime, so that you can go ahead and start using your educational benefits.
And what about drill? What's that?
Drill. It's fun. It's 1 weekend out of the month that you'll go to drill, and you'll be working in your unit, learning and training to prepare for anything that the state might call you up for, and to make sure that your unit is in a readiness of 100%, so that you pretty much can serve your community or serve abroad.
And what's the recruitment process like? What can I expect when I step into your office?
Well, when you step into my office, it is carefree, relaxed environment. So we're not going to stress you to join. We're not going to harass you or anything like that. With me, I mainly want to get you to know about what the National Guard is. Because if you look at my uniform, you see U.S. Army. You don't see the U.S. Army National Guard. So a lot of people, they don't realize that the Army, Reserve, the National Guard are in the same components, but are not listed the same on your uniform. The process starts with you filling out a packet with your local recruiter, so that you might be able to get a clearance depending on the job that you get. You'll take a ASVAB, where that ASVAB is actually broken down into two different parts. Your AFQT, which allows you to get in if you get a 31 or higher. The other part of that ASVAB is for your line scores for different jobs. So you want to study, so that you can get both of those as high as possible. After that, you will basically go to your military entry processing station to do your medical review with a doctor. You do that medical review with a doctor and he'll clear you. And after he clears you, saying that you are physically fit to come into the military, you'll sit down with a guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor will basically go over the different job opportunities and the different contracts that you possibly can get. And you'll swear in at that point. After you swear in at that point, they'll tell you about RSP. RSP is Recruit Sustainment Program, where between that swearing in and you going to basic training, you're going to be put through a prerequisite course, RSP, where you'll learn about different drills, what happens during drill. You'll learn about drill and ceremony, marksmanship, different things that will help you while you're at basic training. You'll be taught what you need to do physically, mentally, and also you'll spiritually as well. And you'll be getting paid during that period.
So my parents are a little concerned. Can I bring them to your office, or will you sit down and speak to them as well?
Of course they can come. We're a family-oriented organization, so we want your parents to come. If you are parents, we want your kids to come. If you are brothers, sisters, or just concerned or might be looking out for your brothers and sisters or someone that you care about and you're interested in the information to give them, we want everybody to come. Like I said earlier, we want you to come so we can actually teach you about what the National Guard is. A lot of people don't know about the organization, so we want to be able to give you that information.
And can I join the Guard if I have a GED?
You can join the Guard if you do have a GED. As long as you have a GED, you can join. I know at some point in the military that even if you didn't have a GED, then you're a GED plus, but we don't have that program anymore. So we highly encourage those that don't have it to go out there and get their GED. And those that do have it, all you need to do is step in the office.
What can you tell me about an MOS? What is it? What if I want a certain one?
MOS, Military Occupational Specialty. That is your military job. That's where you start your career. If you want a certain one, then again, study. Can't stress it enough. Study. Ask your recruiter for some study material if need be. Go to your local library and you can pick up a ASVAB book. There's a lot of different apps on your phone. Everybody uses an app. Download it on your local app store. Get high scores and you'll be able to pick your job.
And so, will I get deployed?
Will you get deployed? Well, it's an honor to serve your country to that level. I've served my country. In 2012, I went overseas. So, and it was a journey, but I enjoyed every bit of it, and it made me feel a lot proud about my country and the uniform that I do wear. Some people are scared about the military going overseas. The military, National Guard, will train you to the same level that they train active duty. So National Guard and Reserve get trained at that same level. So they'll better prepare you for when you go overseas, so that you can guard the person to the left, to the right, behind you, in front of you. Everybody comes home. That's the main mission.
And what are your words to live by?
What are my words to live by? Practice good work ethic. When you practice good work ethic, no matter whether it's in school, you're at home, whether it's in your actual job, if you practice that work ethic, then it's going to show. People are going to see you. They're going to be like, okay, this guy, he's a good guy. So that's what I do here in the National Guard. I practice good work ethic.
All right, and that's a wrap. Thanks, Staff Sergeant Washington.